Hello my angels and devils and all who may want to hear. I'm Amanda Christina. This is Heavenly Imaginings and this is the first tutorial for 2019. Now, for anyone who's been watching me, you know I bought myself the mini envelope punch board in the Blitsy sale this year. I have wanted this since it first came out. I just couldn't wait any longer to get my hands on it. And as you know, last year I did a tutorial on what the smallest envelopes you could get from the regular envelope punch board was, and they were pretty small. Not gonna lie, these are smaller. These ones are just shy of ½ an inch, and these ones are just shy of an inch, and yes, you can put stuff in them. Except when I've glued them together, hang on. Except when I didn't check, yeah, I accidentally glued this one together a bit, but we can prise it open just very gently. There we go. So as you can see, there is room for you to put stuff in these, and even in these little ones. So you can actually use, these are functional envelopes. I know, what? So let's move these to one side. As you can tell, I have a lot more of the itty bitty ones because they're the ones I've been making first. I've been making a lot of, so now a lot of people don't like this little tool. I love it. I don't know why, I just do. So I've kept out 2 pieces of paper for each size so we can do 2. So what you're going to do with this first one, now originally I was lining it up to that mark right there, that big indent, but what I discovered is if you line it up to the first little smaller one here, you get a more even flappy bit. So you make sure you score it, then you line it up. It's just like using the normal scoring, the normal tool. And then we do that, and we score, and we line this one up, do the same thing, punch, score. The only thing with this is slightly wasteful a little, I'm not going to lie. And when I say slightly wasteful, like by my standards, you could probably do something with the little triangles. Hang on. Now, see, I just lost my spot. Push your notch down, come back and just line it up, and then you can just score it. Okay, so that is what you get. So let's do one more on this size, and then we'll do the bigger size, and then we'll fold them and finish them. Okay, so we line it up to the very, very first little notch line. You punch. Now, We Are Memory Keepers does not have instructions for this. They have their smallest being an inchy envelope, so 2 by 2, which is a 2 inch by 2 inch piece of paper. And then again, you're just lining that line up, punching, scoring. As I said, I know a lot of people don't like the little tool this comes with. I kind of find it really easy to use. I don't know why. I mean, I have big hands, but I do find it as an easy tool to use. And then punch and score. So that is the smallest envelope. Now, don't throw these little bits out, because as I've shown you in the past with the big one, you can make little pinwheel style flowers with these. Now we have the 1.5 by 1.5 inch square. This was 1.25 by 1.25 inch square paper. So now the 1.5 we are going to line up to that first line. Pretty sure that's the first line. Yeah. Find out in a minute if I've remembered correctly. It's been a little while since I've made this size. And then again with your punch, score, Just make sure you're lining it up as best you can across the top. I know with the smaller one it's a little harder to do that, and yep, okay, and then one more. So yep, that was the correct measurement. So you want it on that first little deeper indent, and then we score, we turn, we line up, we score, we punch, we score, we turn, we line it up again, we punch, we score, repeat, and we punch, we score, we line it up again, and we're done. Just as I come up with a little song. Okay, so now we have our two different sizes. Now, we'll start with the smaller one. Now, you are going to have to cut a little bit off the smaller one to get it to work. So what you do is you fold these bits over. Hang on. Just make sure they're... And we're going to use just... I've been using glue because I find it easier. So we're just going to put a tiny dot, just enough to glue this paper down. You don't want to overdo it. Then I look at which one is the most even edged, and they're both a bit wonky. So what I'm going to do is I hold that here like that, and then I just do a snip. As I said, when I say it's wasteful, it's not like it's wasting huge amounts of paper to make these. It's very minimal waste, but I have been very conscious of what waste I will be having, so I try and make sure that I figure out things to do with it, or I find, yep. And then you have this. Now, what I tend to have been doing lately with these ones is I have been doing a sort of triangle snip, and then I just... see how it's a little bit uneven there, so I just take that in and aim for just trying to do it. Yeah, of course on camera I have trouble doing this. So the roughly, sort of just a roughly in the center triangle. So we'll do the small one again. You fold, and as you can see the flaps, these flaps are pretty even, whereas in the one where I did it a little bit over more, the flaps came out uneven. That's why I changed it to doing that, not that spot instead of the other one. So we have these. I'm just going to fold that up, and we're going to cut. Now, I have not seen anyone else make these envelopes yet this size. This is something I worked out myself, and it was just purely intuition and the fact that I love things in teeny tiny miniature. So what I'm doing here is, because the glue was a little bit more than I wanted, I just want to make sure that I can do that. Now, if you want to, you don't have to end it the way I did. You can simply just do a straight across the top. So that's that size done. And as you can see, this is the small amount of paper waste you get from that. Now with the bigger one, we're just going to, hang on. Doesn't really... Now, I think this one has come out. Sometimes on the punch board I have noticed sometimes you get more square, sometimes you get more rectangle. It's sort of no rhyme or reason to it. It just happens that way. And then we fold this up. Now, actually that looks kind of cute because it is square, so I will just do a little dab of glue across here. Do that down. Then... see, then that is just, that's fine. But that came out square. So hoping... No, this one came out square too, and that's kind of weird because, they usually do come out rectangular. I have some here. Where was the... Yeah, see? That's baby. Where are the bigger ones? Here we go. See, I have some that have come out rectangle. So give me a minute. We'll do this, and then I will try again and see if I can't get one rectangle for you. I think maybe I went one spot too far in my measurement. See, this one comes up over a little, so I'm just going to trim that down just a smidge. Touch of glue. And there we go, we have the envelope. Now, as I have plenty of paper, I will take a couple more squares and see if we can't get this one right. Now, what did I do with my little... Okay, here we go. So, let's try this again, shall we? Now, dun, dun, dun. Maybe it was the second spot. Let's try the second spot. So we punch and we score and we turn it around. And that was very badly sound. Punch. Yep, it was the second one. So if you want square, do the first one. If you want rectangle, do the second one. That's pretty easy. I hope. We hope we got this one right. I'm like, I don't know anymore. Yep, okay. So that's where I went wrong. So here it is. This you want up to butt up just against the second notch. So not the first one, the second one. The first one will give you a rectangle, a square. The second one will give you a rectangle. So all I was doing was demoing how you could have both, right? No mistakes, just happy accidents that give you more options. We like that. And then there we go. Move these over. Okay. So now this was definitely what it was supposed to be. I can see the difference. So we just glue this little bit down. And we fold this little bit up, and see again here you have that little bit extra, so we're just going to trim that little bit off. Dot a little bit of glue along here. Make sure that this is, and again it's up to you how you do it. I'm just going to do the sort of just a little bit more on this side. There we go, and then we'll just do this one more. So you got to see three styles of envelopes, and they're all the smallest I've been able to do. Like the smallest piece of paper I've been able to use successfully in the mini envelope punch board is 1 1/4. I tried 1 inch, but it would not go together right. So it looked completely wrong, like beyond completely wrong. It just was not right. And it would not fold into a nice envelope shape, even if you sort of trimmed bits. So these are the two that I discovered are the smallest. And then I'm just going to go along here and chop that, and just chop that little extra bit. And then you have a corner rounder in here that you can also use. So I'm just going to pop this in here, pop this in here, and do just a rounded style. So that is the mini envelope punch board, and the two same size piece of paper, 2 smallest envelopes I've been able to create using the mini envelope punch board. And up next, tutorial wise, will be a cute embellishment you can make with these. Anyway, I hope you are having a wonderful day. Remember, as always, you are incredible, you are amazing, and yes, you truly do matter. Bye all!